I'd like to call to order the Board of Education meeting for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. Open session for the Board of Education meeting is live on YouTube. Visit the NHUSD Board of Education website for the link. If you are attending online via Zoom, use the raise hand feature to indicate you wish to provide public comment. Phone participants should press 9 to be added to the queue and wait to be called on. Members of the community may submit public comments to the board via email at publiccomment@nhusd.k12.ca.us before each meeting. We received 0 public comments via email for tonight's meeting. The board will not respond to questions posed by those making public comments. Okay, we're going to now get into the oath of office for newly elected trustees, Michael Gonzalez, myself, Melanie Freeberg, and Pat Irby Jr. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go with myself. And I was formally sworn in by the superintendent, John Thompson. For a ceremonial purpose, I will be sworn in by my father, Ralph Gonzalez. So if you can come forward.
I, Michael Gonzalez, solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
I, Michael Gonzalez, solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
To the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
to the Constitution, to the United States, and to the Constitution of the State of California.
That I will take this obligation freely.
That I will take this obligation freely
Without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully
That I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Amen.
Amen.
Newly elected trustee will be Melody Freeberg. And she is going to be sworn in by our vice president, Shruti Kumar.
I, Melanie Freeberg, solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
I solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties of which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. Okay, our last board trustee is Patricio Irby Jr., and he has also been formally sworn in by the Superintendent John Thompson. For ceremonial purpose, he will be sworn in by Louisa Blue.
You want to go big or small? I did not get permission from that. I. Patricio Irby Jr. solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic. To bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States. True faith, Constitution of the United States, and to the State of California. I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties on the property.
Congratulations, congratulations. All right, if we can rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody stand. Put your right hand over your heart, turn towards the flag. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a roll call, please?
Winterfloor,
Here.
Haka, Freeburg,
Here.
Irby,
Present.
Buffet,
Here.
Kumar,
Here.
Gonzalez.
Here. May I have a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda?
Second.
Okay, discussion. Roll call, please. Aye.
Aye.
Irby,
Aye.
Buffet,
Aye.
Kumar,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye. Okay, is there anybody that would like to read the land acknowledgement? Okay, Trustee Rafe?
We want to open this meeting by acknowledging with respect and love that the land we are on today is a traditional ancestral homeland of the Ohlone Chochenyo First People. We recognize and thank the Ohlone people as the original stewards of this land. Indigenous people must not be spoken about in past contexts as if they left on their own accord, when the real causes were white supremacy, manifest destiny, and US colonization. By recognizing we stand on occupied indigenous territory of Ohlone people, we recommit ourselves to listen to Native leadership and stand in solidarity with people struggling against systems of oppression throughout the world, past and present.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to public comments. Are there any blue cards for topics not on the agenda? Okay. All right, and nobody in Zoom? Okay, so we'll move into our collective bargaining partners. Is there a CSEA here, President? No? Okay, we'll go on to our NHTA President, Joe Angeles.
Woohoo!
Trustees, student trustees, staff, Dr. Thompson, members in the gallery, community at home. It is a great pleasure to have this kind of report. Obviously, today it's a big celebration. And as you know, New Haven is known for a place to change. And I think this new election coming in certainly travels that way. I think we're at a point of pivotal change in the district. We've come a long way from a place that's most extreme, difficult here in New Haven. We're at a place now for a new place of change. And I think the newly elected trustees can carry that out. That is the reason why we're so enthused about our involvement in getting this board together. I gotta say out loud, just real quickly, the point of change is that in order to change, that means there's no status quo. Change means moving forward. And that is the thing that's most important now in this education under fire. So I'm looking forward to that. The other part about it is now to understand where you're coming from, to do that leadership. We have teachers now on the board, but the other part of that, we have parents and community members on the board. That is the power that we need to change because we know what this community needs. They know what their kids need. Together, that's what we're going to have happen here. And I say that because in the flavor of the national agenda, where people have lost faith and voice and power, this election here changed that. There are some consensus places in the community about this election, but the fact is that we stood strong about it, about the real thing is the most qualified and knowing individuals should be here serving this district, this community. So I look forward to that and going forward. And as a point of personal privilege, Mr. President, I just want to say, Mr. Irby, Trustee Irby, it's an honor to be in front of you as a trustee. Me and you've been in the trenches since the 70s, civil, racial, social justice. Now we're here. So I'm looking forward to your will to we could keep it going and make this place that it has always wanted to be. Mahalo, mabuhay.
Thank you, President Joe Angeles. Okay, now we're going to get into the annual selection of our board officers. After this part, a new president will take over. So our board policy, which can be found on the agenda items, describes the rotation process. So first, we have the selection of our board president. And per our policy, the vice president rotates to this office. So may I have a motion and second to affirm Shruti Kumar as the board president?
I second.
Okay, discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Oppose? Congratulations.
Before Michael, President Gonzalez, outgoing President Gonzalez leaves his seat, we have a little recognition for him here. Start with some flowers. And then we have a certificate in honor of your distinguished service as the board president and the New Haven Unified School District Governing Board. We thank you for your service. And then a little gift of our appreciation for your time here. Thank you.
So as the first order of business, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Trustee Gonzalez for his service as president this past year. It is a lot to serve on the school board as is, but to be president on top of it takes a lot. So thank you. Anyone who's served in public service knows that it's the family that has to make all the sacrifices. So Trustee Gonzalez's family, if you're here, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we're now moving on. We're going to go ahead and select the rest of our officers. We will begin with the vice president. Per our board policy, the board clerk rotates to this position. Our board clerk last year was Trustee Shamsa Rafay. So may I have a motion and second to affirm Trustee Rafay as vice president?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Congratulations, Trustee Rafay. All right, next we select our board clerk. Our policy states that the outgoing president, that's Trustee Gonzalez in this case, will be placed last in the rotation, and the clerk will be chosen from the next board member on the rotation list. Since we have 2 new board members, we must first establish the order of rotation by drawing straws unless one of the new trustees does not want to be clerk next year. So Trustee Freeberg and Trustee Irby, do either of you wish to have your name withdrawn from consideration for the board clerk position?
Yes, I'd like to defer to Trustee Friedman. I did. I defer to Trustee Freeberg.
All right, thank you. Since Trustee Irby wishes to be withdrawn from consideration, we have established that Trustee Freeberg will be number 3 in the rotation order, and Trustee Irby will be number 4 in the rotation order. This means that Trustee Freeberg will be nominated for board clerk. May I have a motion and second to affirm Trustee Freeberg as clerk?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Congratulations, Trustee Freeberg. All right, we're moving on to item 6.2. May I have a motion? Oh, all right, they're going to do a little switching around. Good. All right, we're going to move on to item 6.2 now. May I have a motion and second to appoint the superintendent as the secretary of the board?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. We're moving on to item 6.3 now. We're going to review and assign members to standing committees and board representatives for other agencies. To give our new trustees some context, we are as trustees required to serve on various committees. Typically, every trustee does 2 or 3 committees. What we'll do is I'm going to read out every committee and then take into consideration the meeting schedule when you decide which one you would like to serve on. So we'll start with the first one, AXPA, or the Alameda County School Boards Association. They have in-person quarterly meetings that are held at 6 p.m. in the ACOE main boardroom or Castro Valley Unified School District. The primary trustee used to be Trustee Rafay, and the alternate was Trustee Hernandez. Trustee Rafay, would you like to continue serving on the AXPA board?
Sure. Yes, I will. Thanks.
Thank you. Can I have anyone who would like to serve as the alternate?
Certainly.
Trustee
Trustee
Irby. All right,
Kumar.
thank you. All right, the second one is the Board of Education City Council Subcommittee. With this one, we don't have much of a choice. It's usually the board president and the board clerk that serves. So that would be me and Trustee Freeberg. All right. The third one we have is the California Interscholastic Federation. They have not met in a couple years, I believe. And so staff proposed removing this from the list. Does anyone have any objections to that? All right, perfect. We're going to move on to the fourth committee, Mission Valley Regional Occupational Program, MVROP Board. They have in-person monthly meetings, and they're held on Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. at the MVROP Boardroom in Fremont. The primary trustee was Trustee Rafay, and the alternate was Trustee Nishihira. Trustee Rafay, would you like to continue?
Sure, yes, I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a volunteer for an alternate, please?
Certainly, Trustee Kumar,
Thank you.
President Kumar.
All right, we have the New Haven Communication and Advocacy Committee. Virtual meetings are held on Thursdays at 4 p.m. every other month or as needed. The current representatives are Trustee Kumar, that's myself, and Trustee Nishihira. I would like to continue representing the board at this committee. Since Trustee Nishihira is not here anymore, we do need a second trustee for this one.
Sure. Yes.
Trustee Freeberg. All right, next up, New Haven Finance, Technology and Facilities Committee. Virtual meetings are held at 5:30 p.m. as needed to discuss budgetary updates, including state-level developments and significant internal changes. Our current representatives are Trustee Gonzalez and Trustee Hernandez. Trustee Gonzalez, would you like to continue serving on the
Yes,
FTSC?
yes, I would.
Thank you. And can we have a second trustee serving on this one, please?
Certainly, President Kumar.
Thank you. All right, next up, we have the New Haven Policy Review Committee. Virtual meetings are held at 4:30 p.m. quarterly based upon policy updates from CSBA. The primary representative here was Trustee Gonzalez and Trustee Kumar, that's myself. Trustee Gonzalez, would you like to continue serving on PRC?
I would not like to
You would not like
continue.
to,
I'm
okay.
interested in the SELPA.
Okay, I am happy to continue serving, but we do need one more. Is anyone else interested in policy? Thank you, Trustee Rafay. All right, next one, New Haven Schools Foundation. They have in-person and virtual meetings held at 6 p.m. The primary was me, Trustee Kumar, and the alternative was Trustee Rafay. Since I have three already, I will step down from this. Does anyone want to serve on New Haven Schools Foundation? No volunteers?
Can you, how demanding is it for?
They have monthly meetings, so it's every month. Most meetings are virtual. I believe we had 3 in person. Any takers? You do it? Okay. Thank you, Trustee Rafay.
Michael, were you wanting to take that?
No,
The foundation?
I'm interested in the SELPA.
Okay.
I can be the alternate for it. All right, and then we have SELPA, Special Education Local Plan Area Regional Policy Board, in-person meetings held at 3:30 p.m. in the Fremont Unified Central Meeting Room. The primary used to be Trustee Rafay, the alternate was Trustee Nishihira. Who would like to take this on?
I would.
Would you like to do this one?
Is that too many? I think it's 3.
Trustee Gonzalez, were you also interested in this one?
No, go ahead, Trustee Freeberg, if you're interested.
Oh,
No, it's okay.
if
It's
you
all right.
are interested.
It's all right. It's all right.
Voting, you can have an alternate. It would
An
be good to
alternate,
have one.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, can I put one of you as an alternate? Do you want to, would you like to be the alternate? Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
That's all right.
Only one.
It's a good problem to have.
Right.
Yes. All right, and then we have the Union City Youth Violence Prevention. Again, this committee has not been meeting, so their staff has proposed removing it from the list. So I'm just going to quickly review the appointments to make sure we're all okay with what's been decided. AXBA, the primary is Trustee Rafay, the alt is Trustee Irby. MVROP, primary Trustee Rafay, the alternate is Trustee Irby. Communication and Advocacy, the 2 representatives are Trustee Kumar, that's myself, and Trustee Freeberg. Finance and Technology, it's trustee Gonzalez and trustee Irby. Policy Review is myself and trustee Rafay. New Haven School Foundation is trustee Rafay and the alternate is me. SELPA is trustee Freeberg and the alternate is trustee Gonzalez. Does everyone feel okay about the assignments?
Are you sure, Mike?
That is me and the clerk. You want me to just mention? Oh, sure. The Board of Education and City Council Subcommittee has to be the president and the board clerk, so that would be myself and trustee Freeberg. Thank you, Gina. All right. Do we need a motion and second for this? Okay. May I have a motion and second to confirm the appointments to the various committees?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. All right, we're moving on to item 6.4. This is date and time of regular board meetings in 2024-25. I'd like to confirm that the calendar designating the dates and times of regular board meetings for the 2024-25 school year adopted at regular board meeting on April 16th, 2024, and subsequently revised on June 18th and November 12th. And this evening will remain in effect. If everyone can give me a nod for that part, thank you. I'd also like to confirm 5:30 p.m. as the start time for closed session and 6:30 p.m. as the start time for open session. Awesome. All right. May I have a motion and second to confirm and approve the calendar of regular board meetings for the 2024-25 school year?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Abstentions? All right, motion carries. Next up is item 6.5. May I have a motion and second to adopt resolution number 02822425, signature card board members?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Moving on to item 7. This is assessment of governance processes, protocols and procedures. For our new trustees, this is where we review and assess how we did in terms of governance protocols and procedures. Does anyone have any comments? All right, looks like we did okay. We're going to move on to item 8. This is board member requests. Again, for our new trustees, this is where board members can request staff to explore things that they want more information about. We do need a consensus for this to happen. And we did have a format for this, which Dr. Thompson can share with you later, but it just helps giving clear direction to staff if we follow that format. So does anyone have any board member requests? Yes, go ahead, trustee Gonzalez.
Yes, hopefully for next, on the next agenda, we'll have this item. It's a resolution in support of pregnancy leave. It's the California Teaching Association put together, wrote a bill. And when I went to the Anaheim for their conference, the CSBA, they encourage local school districts to pass resolutions in favor of this law. And so I've already sent a copy to our superintendent. And so it's just asking to have this on the agenda for next time. It's not a vote right now.
Thank you, trustee Gonzalez. Do we have consensus? I do have one for mine. Does anyone else have any other board member requests? Thank you. So CSBA has a federal advocacy meeting coming up in April. I attended it last year, and it's the first day is where they prep you, the second day is where you strategize, and the third day is where you actually go and advocate for your school district. It is a lot of work, but it helps. It's something that we thought was helpful. So if you have board consensus, I would like to attend the advocacy meeting in, I think it's April.
Sounds great.
Thank you. All right. Before I adjourn the meeting, I would like to invite all of you to join us for the reception outside in honor of our new trustees and our returning trustees. Seeing no other business, this meeting is now adjourned.